Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star based on novel. So let's start. Luo Feng was preparing to take flight when he saw, from afar, a golden streak of light flying toward him at high speed. It was different from him. While he had shrunk himself to a mere 10 meters in height, this towering figure maintained its size at 1,000 kilometers in height, which was why it was easily spotted at first glance. 4 faces with 16 arms. Luo Feng was secretly shocked. It must be from the Purple Moon Holy Land universe. Purple Moon Holy Land was one of the universes of the 2 Holy Lands. Within Purple Moon Holy Land, the Purple Moon clan dominated over a few other vassal clans that formed the minority. The living spaces of these vassal clans were small, and the resources they received were little. In Purple Moon Holy Land, the vassal clans had little power, where the full force of all their powers combined would still be a far cry from that of the Purple Moon clan. Great beings of the Purple Moon clan had very unique looks. Purple Moon clansmen of the purest bloodline had 8 faces with 24 arms. The second purest group would have 4 faces with 16 arms, and the next would have 3 faces with 8 arms. The most ordinary ones would just have 1 face with 2 arms. This also meant that, internally, the Purple Clan Moon was divided into 4 classes. The ones who had 8 faces and 24 arms were a rare class, but their bloodline was the purest, and they had the greatest potential. However, to the weaker ones of the Purple Moon clan, once anyone became a universe master, then there would no longer be a differentiation between high and low class. After all, everyone would be a super great being. The 2 Holy Lands were extremely powerful, but because the Holy Land universe was a miniature universe, there was no way it could cultivate universe supreme masters. So, for countless years, the great beings of Purple Moon Holy Land, who managed to cultivate up to the level of universe masters, would have reached their limits. They would never be able to achieve a breakthrough. Universe masters from the 2 Holy Lands universes are all so extremely strong, Luo Feng said, astounded. It is said that every single universe master who ventured out always succeeded in comprehending supreme techniques. There are close to 100 groups of powers in Universe Ocean. Without a doubt, the 2 Holy Land universes are the strongest. Maybe it would be good to learn a little about the universe era. For 3 reincarnation eras, anyone could easily suppress a Holy Land universe, yet not a single reincarnation era was able to absolutely unite. This was why, out of almost 100 groups of powers, the 2 Holy Land universes remained undoubtedly the strongest 2 powers. Furthermore, they were extremely detached, because they did not have to worry about meeting doomsday. They could survive for generations of reincarnation eras. This made the great beings of the 2 Holy Land universes develop unique characters of their own. Some were gentle and were willing to make friends with any universe master they saw. Some were ferocious and engaged in crazy and rampant killings. Some strange, with capricious moods that were always changing. In conclusion, there was no absolute power pressurizing them. Their universe masters did things according to personal preferences, and they were all different. The only common point was their innate arrogance. Being part of the 2 Holy Lands, they looked down on the 3 reincarnation eras, but more of the high and low comparisons were made between the 2 Holy Lands. It's him, Sealed Huller Master, Luo Feng identified quickly. He was on alert right away. Sealed Huller Master was ranked middle among the few hundred universe masters of the Purple Moon clan. His power would be comparable to both Star River Master and 5 Chaos Master. Actually, it was very normal for him to have such strong powers. This was because any universe masters who emerged from Purple Moon Holy Land would at least be of a top-tier standard. Ice Mountain Master was of that standard. That meant if Ice Mountain Master was placed among the ranks of Purple Moon Holy Land universe, he would be at the bottom of the list. And Luo Feng knew that previously, if he had not had Shawu wings, he would definitely have been at the absolute bottom of the list. Ice Mountain Master was at the lower level. Primal Chaos City Leader was at the superior level. A Universe Master with a supreme true treasure would be ranked at the pinnacle level. This was how the Holy Land universe differentiated their great beings. Yes, within the Holy Land universe, there was a handful of universe masters who had supreme true treasures. These were the three different categories of universe masters in a Holy Land universe. Apparently, in terms of quality, these groups were much stronger than those of the three reincarnation eras. That's right, Luo Feng said to himself. After cultivating for umpteen reincarnation eras, after cultivating for tens, or hundreds of reincarnation eras, I think even the dozen universe masters of the human race would be able to attain sealed Hulla master standard. They were not any stronger than us. All they had was the abundance of time to cultivate. You are the human, Silver Wings Horde leader from the primal universe, asked a human figure flying over from afar. Sealed Hulla master. Luo Feng suspended in mid-air, high above blazing flames lake and flashed a friendly smile. Sealed Hulla master came to a stop and looked at Luo Feng. His eyes rested on the silver wings as he commented, I heard your wings treasure was quite good. Luo Feng felt a knot in his chest. He did not leave immediately, as he did not want to incur the wrath of a great being of Purple Moon Holy Land. Given their arrogant nature, a few who were on good terms would gather and attack him. This was a very common occurrence. Although Luo Feng was not afraid, he did not want to offend them either. After all, Purple Moon Holy Land was much stronger than the Divine Eye clan. In terms of quality and quantity, Purple Moon Holy Land had accumulated more. Ha ha. What is it? Worried that I will snatch your wings' true treasure from you? Sealed Hulla master looked at Luo Feng and let out a snort. There are so many great beings from Universe Ocean, and many of them own superior true treasures. Would it be possible for me to snatch every one of them? Ha ha. You should leave. This blazing flames lake is the territory of my Purple Moon Holy Land. You should hurry to leave this place. Inwardly, Luo Feng was delighted. I was only passing by. I will leave at the fastest speed possible. He smiled. That's best. Sealed Hulla master replied. Luo Feng gave a brief smile, transformed into a streak of light, and took flight. How rare to be lucky enough to run into Sealed Hulla master of Purple Moon Holy Land. Compared to Yintuor and 5 Chaos Master, he was much easier to talk to. But that makes sense. Since the great beings of the first reincarnation era had to eventually meet their doomsday, the majority of them were crazy. Luo Feng continued to fly higher into the sky, while maintaining a speed of 100 times light speed. After a while, he started to sense the appearance of space ripples in his surroundings. Golden Kingdom. Luo Feng first executed Golden Kingdom. Endless hazy, golden light spread outward, enveloping a domain as big as 10 light years. Finally, I can teleport. Let's go. Luo Feng teleported as far as a few light years right away. With Golden Kingdom, every teleportation could only take him as far as a couple of light years, which was why he had never made a one-time, long-distance teleportation with this true treasure before. Although there were many places that allowed teleportation within Blazing Flames Lake, there were still close to 100 dangerous areas. Some of these dangerous regions were frozen without any space ripples. So long as a region did not have any space ripple, and transmission of ripples was cut off on both sides, there would be no way to skip across this particular region and teleport away. In a single teleportation, he had made it to a distance of over 300 light years away, to reach a frozen, lightly fogged void space. The thin fog was filled with countless streams of light icicles, which were comparable to a full-force strike by an ordinary universe master. Therefore, Luo Feng started flying again. There was nothing he could do. Even for those as powerful as Huge Axe Creator, taking thousands and millions of years to reach the deepest region of a dangerous land was normal. Based on Luo Feng's estimation, to cross an area of Blazing Flames Lake for a width spreading over 10,000 light years would take him a month or two, as that was a relatively dangerous place. As Luo Feng was making progress, advancing within the space of Blazing Flames Lake, a piece of news had started spreading through the first reincarnation era. This piece of news alarmed the many super great beings of the first reincarnation era. How is that possible? That Silver Wings Horde leader, Luo Feng, is merely a young fellow, yet he is that powerful. Causing severe injuries to Yin Tuo, and annihilating 5 Chaos Master, and Ultimate Arrow Master. This news came from Yin Tuo personally, and he is now in hiding so he can recover his power. How can this be untrue? Besides, 5 Chaos Master is not dead. He has several bodies. The Silver Wings' true treasure executed golden space, which was so strong that it could suppress 5 Chaos Masters' water ripple prison. The purity level of Luo Feng's godly level was not as high as 5 Chaos Master. So does this mean his wings are extremely powerful? Yes. Yin Tuo also said that the Silver Wings were comparable to extermination godly armor, and that it would most likely only be second to a supreme true treasure. Let's go ask Divine Eye Clan, to see if Ultimate Arrow Master and 5 Chaos Master were truly annihilated. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Because of the news Yin Tuo brought, and because it was within the first reincarnation era, which happened to be an era with various means of communication, the Divine Eye Clan caught wind of the news soon enough too. However, this was already the third day since 5 Chaos Master and Ultimate Arrow Master had entered Lava Ocean. What? Saying that 5 Chaos and Ultimate Arrow have been annihilated. Quick! Hurry up! The Divine Eye Clan was anxious. Although they were extremely powerful, 5 Chaos Master was the top great being among them all. His position was much higher than an Yong Master. Soon, on the first miniature universe of Divine Eye Clan, 12 figures teleported to the gates of 5 Chaos Master's Black Palace. 5 Chaos. 5 Chaos. From the Black Palace, a figure flashed by. It was 5 Chaos Master. Has your master body for battles been annihilated? Annihilated by that Silver Wings Horde leader. The 12 figures, all of which were either other bodies or avatars of universe masters of the Divine Eye Clan, were all highly anxious. Wearing a white, full-length robe, bald, and with a complexion like rocks, 5 Chaos Master shouted, "Don't annoy me. Leave. All of you, go away." 5 Chaos. They were all in shock. Why was 5 Chaos Master so agitated? Could it be that his master body for battles had really been annihilated? 5 Chaos Master got even more furious. He shouted, "My master body for battles has yet to be annihilated, but is in a life-and-death situation amidst Lava Ocean, struggling to stay alive. Now my life is hanging by a thread. All my consciousness is focused on that body. Don't bother me. You will cause me to lose focus." Oh? Realization dawned upon them, and they quickly retreated. They did not dare bother him again. However, simply talking had taken up quite a fair bit of his consciousness. What made the Divine Eye Clan angry was, merely half a day after these universe masters went looking for 5 Chaos Master for answers in the 6th miniature universe, the avatar of Ultimate Arrow Master was annihilated and vanished into thin air. Before vanishing, he only left one line of utterance: "Kill Silver Wings Horde leader Luo Feng and avenge me. Kill him." Then he was annihilated. The annihilation of Ultimate Arrow Master, and his last words were evidence that Ultimate Arrow Master and 5 Chaos Master being in jeopardy was certainly caused by the doings of Silver Wings Horde leader. What should we do? Ultimate Arrow was annihilated. What about 5 Chaos? Let's not ask 5 Chaos. 5 Chaos needs to go full force now. He cannot be distracted. If his master body for battles is really annihilated, we will know soon enough. If he is not annihilated yet, then he must be in an extremely dangerous environment now. Let him do his best. Within Lava Ocean, Forbidden Temple was swaying haphazardly while flying at high speed. It was in a ruinous state. There were many scars, the most conspicuous of which were the 4 holes that bore through the entire Forbidden Temple. I must survive. I must make it out of here alive. I must. 5 Chaos Master was within the badly wrecked Forbidden Temple. He gritted his teeth hard, going crazy beyond help. Silver Wings Horde leader, Luo Feng. Luo Feng. Luo Feng. The news spread relatively slowly through Universe Ocean. Comparatively, The news spread most quickly within the races from the First Universe era. The information systems of the two Holy Lands were both extremely powerful, as lots of powers were related to the Purple Moon Holy Land. On the second day after the Divine Eye clan got the news, which was also the fourth day after 5 Chaos Master got out of Lava Ocean, the news spread by Yin Tuor was passed to Purple Moon Holy Land. Purple Moon Holy Land was extremely prosperous, and there were many great beings. Purple Moon Cliff was a legendary place of the Purple Moon clan, and lots of universe masters from the Purple Moon clan gathered there. The cloud under the Purple Moon made the entire Purple Moon Cliff look cold. Over 100 beings were there, talking. Their endless lives gave them plenty of leisure time, and it was commonplace for them to just gather and talk for 10,000 years. I just learned some news. Big news. Big news, shouted a silver-clothed woman with 3 heads and 8 arms. What sort of big news? Tell us. That Silver Wing Horde leader Luo Feng from the original universe made Yin Tuor, 5 Chaos Master, and Ultimate Arrow Master suffer in God-destroying valley when Molten Lava Devil God showed up. Yin Tuor was severely injured while 5 Chaos Master and Ultimate Arrow Master were trapped in Lava Ocean. Rumor has it that they died already. What? That 5 Chaos Master is extremely powerful. He died. Everyone was surprised. Some universe masters who were connected to the First Universe era immediately started to inquire of others, and they quickly got some information. With all the information gathered, the story became more complete. I just asked a friend of mine from the Divine Eye clan, but he doesn't know about it. However, the seniors in the Divine Eye clan didn't refute it. They didn't refute it. It seems that's real, then. The news also says the Wing True Treasure Luo Feng is more powerful than Water Ripple Prison of 5 Chaos Master. Luo Feng's godly power is weaker than 5 Chaos Masters, yet he can suppress Water Ripple Prison with that Wing True Treasure. So it seems that the Wing True Treasure can rival Extermination God Armor of 5 Chaos Master, and is only inferior to Supreme True Treasures. That sort of true treasure is special, rare, and powerful. Impressive. Ha ha. It'll be a waste for such a true treasure to be kept by that one. Where is Silver Wing Horde leader? I'll go get the true treasure now. Count me in. I'll go with you. That kind of true treasure belongs to someone more powerful. The great beings from Purple Moon Holy Land had a variety of temperaments. Some of them were peaceful while some were extremely aggressive. After living in eternity without having to worry about death, some universe masters became extreme, wicked, and crazy because they couldn't become universe supreme masters. A golden-haired man at a corner of Purple Moon Cliff frowned and whispered, Luo Feng. He teleported and left. All God sector of Purple Moon Holy Land. There were 3 levels of worlds in Purple Moon Holy Land. The first level was where all the Undying Fighters lived, and Universe Knights lived on the second level. Universe Masters lived on the third level. Seal Huller, a golden-haired man shouted in front of a white godly palace with a dome. There were countless servants outside the godly palace, but none of them dared disturb Seal Huller Master. They knew that it was Pan Ku Master, a friend of their master. Why are you here, Pan Ku? Seal Huller Master asked as he walked out with a smile. Let's talk inside, said Pan Ku Master. Oh? Seal Huller Master looked confused. Inside the palace, Seal Huller asked, what happened? You told me before that you found a human named Luo Feng in the place you're stationed in, right? Asked Pan Ku Master. Yeah. What's the matter? Asked Seal Huller Master, confused. This is what happened. I heard some news in Purple Moon Cliff just now. After Pan Ku Master told the entire story, his eyes gleamed as he added excitedly, Seal Huller, Blazing Water Lake belongs to Purple Moon Holy Land, and it's a small gathering place of our inner domain. There are 3 universe masters including you and me. It's a great opportunity. A special true treasure second only to supreme true treasures. It's invaluable. Once we get that, we can control the space, and with a pinnacle domain type true treasure, we can be invincible in controlling the domain. Seal Huller Master was excited. Ask anyone, said Pan Ku Master. It's a widely spread news now. There will be some other universe masters coming to tell you later. We need to hurry. It's said that molten lava, devil god, and Luo Feng showed up in blazing water lake. That sounds about right. Okay. Seal Huller Master nodded. It's a very rare valuable. Pan Ku Master exclaimed. Let's do it, said Seal Huller Master. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We need to do it now. Where is Luo Feng? Asked Pan Ku Master. It's only been a few days, said Seal Huller Master. He's still in blazing water lake. Based on where I met him last time and the direction he went, I can venture a guess as to where he is. Tell UYA to stop him at a set of coordinates. We can encircle him. When Luo Feng had gained fame in Tilted Peak Sector, lots of great beings learned about his Wing True Treasure that could both control space and time and suppress top-tier domain-type true treasures. Although that sounded precious, it still couldn't attract Seal Huller Master. But things were different now. Even 5 Chaos Master, who used a pinnacle domain-type true treasure, had been suppressed. And Luo Feng's godly power was obviously weaker. Which meant that Wing True Treasure was only second to Supreme True Treasures. Supreme True Treasures were extremely scarce even in Purple Moon Holy Land, and true treasures like Extermination God Armor, and that Silver Wing True Treasure were also rare. At least Seal Huller Master didn't have one. How could he miss a chance like that? Inside the first miniature universe of the Divine Eye Clan, tens of beings were waiting. Ultimate Arrows already dead. Don't know what happened to 5 Chaos. We're really anxious that 5 Chaos still hasn't come out of the Godly Palace. Perhaps the original body of 5 Chaos has died, or perhaps he's still fighting for a chance to live. No one dares to bother him. Just wait and see. That Ultimate Arrow Master was only a mediocre Universe Master, yet 5 Chaos Master was one of the leaders of the Divine Eye Clan, and his Extermination Godly Armor was renowned. If he died, both the reputation of the race and his valuables would be lost. There was a space at the crossover of Lava Ocean and Blazing Water Lake. The space was twisted, and extreme cold and heat were combined here. Hong. Long. Long. A fierce, strange beast was torn the Lava Ocean and flew out into the space. It had 4 hoofs, 3 pairs of wings, and 9 tails. At the same time, it had 5 heads and vines around them. A single-horned lizard. A dragon head surrounded in flames. 5 heads, a lion body, 4 hoofs, 6 wings, and 9 tails. And there was burning lava on his body. The strange beast made 5 sounds, deep, high, or hoarse. There was madness and joy in his voice. His body trembled, lava flew out, and the beast immediately shrank. It transformed into strange godly armor, which fell onto a human-shaped being. It was the great being of the Divine Eye Clan, 5 Chaos Master. The eyes of 5 Chaos Master glinted with madness. There were some scars on the black armor. Ah! 5 Chaos Master yelled with his head raised. The space and the lake trembled. That roar contained 5 days' worth of his craziness, anger, and suppression. I came out alive. I came out alive. I survived it. 5 Chaos Master gritted his teeth and clenched his fist. His body trembled. I haven't been through something like this for a long time. Silver Wing Horde leader Luo Feng, you're indeed impressive. My Forbidden Palace is destroyed. Fortunately, my Extermination Godly Armor can become 5 Beast Gods, and 5 Beast Gods can rival Pinnacle Palace-type true treasures. Even my Extermination Godly Armor is damaged, though it doesn't have a huge effect. After all, it is Extermination Godly Armor. 5 Chaos Master felt anguished. All his power depended on his Extermination Godly Armor, and he performed lots of his techniques through his Extermination Godly Armor to amplify the power. I regret it. I regret it so much. I should have performed 5 Beast Extermination the second I met that Luo Feng. 5 Chaos Master was furious, yet he forgot that he had been very close to Luo Feng, so he wouldn't have been able to perform that. He was only able to do attacks using Water Ripple Prison. I'm still alive, he said. I survived it. Luo Feng, I'll teach you the meaning of regret. 5 Chaos Master raged. He couldn't just let something like this go. Otherwise, everyone outside would think he was afraid of Luo Feng. He had to kill Luo Feng himself to brush off this shame. Die. 5 Chaos Master waved his hands and took out a spaceship left by Ultimate Arrow Master. It was a top-tier palace-type true treasure. 5 Chaos Master went into it. The spaceship went into the cold blazing water lake. A beautiful body with 3 faces appeared. The 3 faces were wicked, holy, and blurry, respectively. She wore a black fighting suit. A shining green light followed, and it was a domain-type true treasure. Seal Hulla, Pan Ku, I've arrived at the second coordinate, and I hope that Luo Feng is here. I've used my domain-type true treasure to inspect the area, and it's him. Seal Hulla, you are right. Luo Feng is indeed here. Inside the All-God sector, 3 of their avatars gathered there. The wind howled as though it was insane, and the wind seemed like blades. Silver Wings Horde leader, there is no escape for you no matter how you struggle. It is just a waste of time. I am willing to take some valuables to exchange with you for your wings treasure. 3 pinnacle true treasures in exchange for your wings true treasure. Do we have a deal? Sealed Hulla Master, don't you think you are too confident, said Luo Feng. Here I am hovering about this cold air region while escaping, and there you are still a distance of at least 1 light year away from me. Within this cold air region where space is frozen, teleportation is impossible. We can only fly slowly. Just flying here would take you a few days. You want to get me? In your dreams. Luo Feng sneered. It had been 3 days. 3 full days of being pursued and hunted down by the Universe Masters of Purple Moon Holy Land Universe. 3 days since UYA Master had turned up and started sabotaging him. He had already anticipated that the situation would get worse. True enough, it was only a day after UYA Master started sabotaging him that Pan Ku Master also showed up. A short while ago, Sealed Hulla Master also turned up within the area under the influence of his Golden Kingdom, and Sealed Hulla Master even attempted to use his pinnacle domain type true treasure to put up a resistance. At least before Golden Kingdom, he could maintain his hold over the domain. UYA Master and Pan Ku Master were slightly weaker than Sealed Hulla Master in terms of power, thought Luo Feng. The level of their powers is similar to third uncles. Sealed Hulla Master, on the other hand, is comparable to 5 Chaos Master. Besides, Sealed Hulla Master's domain true treasure, Nebula Lamp, when compared to 5 Chaos Master's Water Ripple Prison, is slightly more powerful. Luo Feng felt mildly troubled. Now, the situation was terrible. The 3 Universe Masters from Purple Moon Holy Land were surrounding him in 3 directions. When the most powerful one, Sealed Hulla Master, got close to him, they could execute a technique similar to miniature universe to obstruct him. Valuables really tempt the human's heart. People die for wealth, birds die for food. I knew that once Shawu Wings were allowed to execute their full powers, they were bound to invite trouble. But news spread way too fast. Luo Feng's eyes flashed a hint of insanity. However, Sealed Hulla Master and company are too confident. They think they are capable of stopping me. Save it. Asterisk 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 asterisk. UYA Master, Pan Ku Master, and Sealed Hulla Master all knew trouble was brewing. Sealed Hulla, Pan Ku. Luo Feng has been within that cold air region where space is frozen, said UYA Master. Teleporting is not possible. Although I am the nearest to him, that area of space is under suppression. There is no way I can suppress him back. Pan Ku's power is weaker. Sealed Hulla, your power may be enough, but you are still a full light year away from him. He has Golden Kingdom, and can control the distance between the 2 of you anytime. You advance, he retreats, you take a detour, he follows suit. In the end, you, Sealed Hulla, will still be unable to get close to him. The 2 of us are also at our wits' end. UYA Master was anxious. The chase had already persisted for 3 days. Sealed Hulla, do you have any way of destroying his golden space? Pan Ku Master asked. He himself is not very strong as an individual, but with the help of golden space, Uya and I are, at times, at a disadvantage. The golden space that his wing's true treasure gave rise to is very strong, said Sealed Huller Master. I can barely resist it. If it was guaranteed to be within my surrounding area, I could. You all are too far from me. Almost 1 light year away. I cannot spread my influence that far. Furthermore, I am unable to destroy that golden space. Sealed Huller Master was also very helpless. Now, we just have to hope that he escapes from that cold air region. The moment he makes it out of the cold air region and teleports somewhere else, we can catch up with him speedily. He is not so foolish. He has been within that cold air region for some time. Does it mean we have to continue wasting time and effort here like that? Let's wait and see. Sealed Huller was gritting his teeth while trying his best to contain his anxiety. Cold air region was a very ordinary area, amongst the 100+ dangerous places, within the space of Blazing Flames Lake. To Universe Masters, it was not even considered dangerous, thus, naming it was on a more casual basis. Only the truly extremely dangerous places were given more unique names. Cold air region. Its largest diameter was approximately 3 light years, while its smallest diameter was 1.8 light years. At that moment, Luo Feng was encircling this particular cold air region. Sealed Huller, I just need to maintain a distance of 1 light year all the time. There will then be nothing you can do to me, Luo Feng shouted. His voice was transmitted via the golden space over to Sealed Huller Master and company. I am not a fool. I will not charge out so unwittingly. Even if more of you great beings turn up, no one can do anything to me. Human form Luo Feng, your wing's true treasure, is not what someone of your level of power should own, even if it did help you to escape from us today, said Sealed Huller Master. There will be other adversities that you have yet to learn of now. News about what happened between you, Yin Tuor, 5 Chaos Master, and Ultimate Arrow Master has spread. Soon, nearly 100 groups of powers from the entire universe ocean will learn of how unique your wings are and the powers they possess. If you are very powerful, all these will mean nothing. No one will dare to try and snatch it from you. But the time that you have become a universe master is still short. Obviously, your power is still weak, so many will come forth to try to snatch them away from you. Now, I am willing to offer 3 pinnacle true treasures to trade with you. Given the other groups of powers, I'm afraid annihilation is your only path. Sealed Huller Master persuaded in a gentle tone. Uya Master, on the contrary, was shouting angrily. Human! You are driving us insane with anxiety. If we were to summon a dozen universe masters from our Holy Land universe, you would have no chance of escape at all. Even if Huge Axe Creator were to make it here before our dozen universe masters, I doubt he would be able to protect you. Exchanging true treasures with us, everyone stands to gain, Pan Ku Master added. They were unwilling to summon more universe masters, because the moment a group of Purple Moon Holy Lands universe masters came over, they would have to give them a share to show their gratitude. One coaxes while the other coerces, said Luo Feng. Ha ha. You are all so useless. No matter who it is, so long as you want my wing's true treasure, let your fist do the talking. Luo Feng was still not bowing his head to them. An endless, hazy golden light and golden, blazing flames superimposed to suppress that beautiful, ever-expanding nebula in a most insane manner. Rings of nebulas expanded outward. This was Sealed Huller Master's domain-type true treasure, Nebula Lamp, and it was much more precious than 5 Chaos Masters' Water Ripple Prison. These 2 great domains collided repeatedly, and the collisions affected a range measured in light years, giving rise to a shocking energy wave. And in turn, this energy wave brought another great being, who was also within the space of Blazing Flames Lake, into the picture. It had been 8 days since Luo Feng had become trapped in the cold air region. What patience! Luo Feng raised his head to look up into the sky. He was waiting for a chance. If I continue to waste time like this, I may have to wait for fire to start raising this frozen lake. Huh! Luo Feng's face changed. His golden kingdom had spread its influence beyond the area occupied by the cold air region, So when 5 Chaos Master appeared near the boundary of Cold Air region, Luo Feng would naturally be aware of it. 5 Chaos Master. Luo Feng's eyes shot a murderous look. With a sneering voice, he transmitted his message. 5 Chaos Master, I can't believe you are still alive. How fortunate you are. You really earn my admiration. His voice was transmitted through Golden Kingdom, and reached 5 Chaos Master's ears with a boom. Admiration. I admire you, too. 5 Chaos Master growled deeply. I had not expected you to be able to charge through and survive lava ocean. I even thought that this body of yours would have been annihilated. If even you are not annihilated, how can I be? My life is much longer than yours. Luo Feng snorted. Oh, I have lived for nearly 3 reincarnation eras, 5 Chaos Master snorted in reply. The way I see it, you will not be able to survive through this reincarnation era. How can your life possibly be longer than mine? The short exchange of words between the two was dripping with murderous intentions. They both knew that they wished for one another's death. Just a little bastard. 5 Chaos Master was gritting his teeth inwardly. He had never placed Luo Feng on the same level as himself. He merely thought of him as an upstart. Just you alone, and you think of killing me, said Luo Feng. Luo Feng did not have a trace of fear. What was there to be afraid of when he had Shawu Wings and Star Tower in his possession? Even if it was a Universe Supreme Master before him, he would have no fear. 5 Chaos Master transformed into a streak of light, and charged toward Luo Feng at high speed. At the same time, countless blade rays charged toward Golden Kingdom in a frenzy. At this moment, 5 Chaos Master was executing Core of Blade Sector, a technique that belonged to the already annihilated Ultimate Arrow Master. Who would have thought that it could sustain and exist until that point in time? Blade of Core Sector was the only pinnacle domain true treasure that Ultimate Arrow Master was able to take out. When Ultimate Arrow Master executed this true treasure, the force was not as great compared to 5 Chaos Master's execution of Water Ripple Prison. But that was mainly because Ultimate Arrow Master was personally not as strong. When 5 Chaos Master activated Blade of Core Sector to fight against Golden Kingdom and Blazing Flames Ocean, it was still merely at a disadvantageous position. Nebula Lamp. It's sealed Huller Master, 5 Chaos Master said. You are Ultimate Arrow Master. Sealed Huller Master asked from the other end. The two were 1 light year away from one another. With only Core of Blade Sector and Nebula Lamp in contact, the two could recognize each other's domain true treasure, but were unable to determine one another's identity. I am 5 Chaos Master replied directly. Ha ha. 5 Chaos Master, it seems like you have not been annihilated. Sealed Hulled Master was delighted and worried at the same time. He was delighted because by joining forces with 5 Chaos Master, he was confident of dealing with Luo Feng. He was angry because when it came to fighting for the Wing's true treasure, he would have one more opponent to fight. I'm not that easily annihilated, 5 Chaos Master coldly retorted. Even with you all here, I don't think you will be able to badger him for long. What can you all do to this Luo Feng? If you and I join hands, we surround and block him from 2 directions. Be it you or me, if one of us can block him, then it is game over for him. Sealed Huller Master said. As for the distribution of true treasures, we will talk about it after we finish him off, 5 Chaos Master said. All right. Sealed Huller Master said nothing further. From 2 different directions, the two closed in on Luo Feng at lightning speed. Ha ha, laughed Luo Feng. Being able to bring 2 great beings to join forces against me, one from Divine Eye Clan of the first reincarnation era, and the other from Purple Moon Holy Land Universe, is something I should be proud of. But trying to take my Wing's true treasure. Not enough. Luo Feng was laughing out loud, but he wasted no time and soared into the sky right away, screaming past the 2 great beings and making his way high up. He understood that if it was only a single great being, he would be able to maintain a far enough distance, but once the 2 of them joined forces against him, one party would definitely be able to catch up with him. The longer time dragged on, the smaller leeway he was leaving himself. That was why he needed to execute his plan while it was still early. He flew upward. He flew upward. He was completely surrounded. In the vast universe ocean, the 3 reincarnation eras and 2 Holy Land universes, news spread slowly. News from Yintuor reached the 2 Holy Land universes before it could finally start to gradually spread to the 2nd reincarnation era and the primal universe. Just when Luo Feng was being hunted down by the 4 universe masters, including Sealed Hullah Master and 5 Chaos Master, the news spread to the human race. Void Gold Master's eyes widened in shock and disbelief. What? Where did this news come from? Isn't Luo Feng at the outer domain of Universe Boat? This video will end here.